Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lackawanna City Council November 3rd, 2025 meeting. We start with a caucus, and what that means simply is that's an opportunity before the formal meeting for the council members to discuss, if necessary, each of the agenda items. We get a chance to debate, ask questions, express opinions. And then following the caucus, we move right into the formal meeting where the voting takes place. And to that end, just so you know, I saw several people signing the sheet. That is a sheet requesting time to address the council. So for everyone who signed that sheet, are you expecting to address the council? And if you are, if it's a repetition of what someone had said just prior to that time, you may want to reconsider having to spend more time expressing the same facts or opinions or whatever the case may be, but we will note your name for the record. And also, the meetings are, including the caucus, meetings are being recorded. So there is an official memorialization, so to speak, of the meeting. To that end, several of the initial items, including departmental reports, are more administrative. So for council purposes, we'll start with communications from the council. And that would be agenda item number 3 from First Ward member Amira Muflahi, requesting council discuss traffic safety issues at St. Hyacinth's CAO Head Start. Council member Muflahi, you have the floor.
Thank you. So Ms. Diane Polini reached out to me about a week and a half ago, and she is a valued crossing guard at St. Hyacinth's location, where there are 3- and 4-year-olds that attend a Head Start program, which has been in our community probably for 30 or 40 years. She addressed concerns that she has as a crossing guard facing herself, as well as the safety of the families and children that attend the program. About 2 or 3 years ago, there was the implementation of a crosswalk that only operated, of course, during hours of operation during the school year. However, it's not enough, and she's noticed that there has been many close calls. Thankfully, no one has been injured. However, bringing it to discuss with the Department of Safety, as well as possibly law enforcement, as well as the council, I believe we can reach a plan where it is feasible to implement further safety guards to protect the children and crossing guards and the vehicle traffic safety as well. I do believe that the right steps have been taken to get to where we are today, but they've fallen short. There's 2 schools on Ridge Road, and as you all know, there are no traffic lights stopping traffic flow. It's just a straight ahead. There's no implementation of 50 mile per hour signage to mark a school. So it's 30 miles whether or not the school is in operation or not. So these are the reason why I put it on the agenda was to just start the conversation further. I know there's not going to be a dramatic change overnight. However, it doesn't stop us from discussing it as we move forward. And Dan Gherkin has been great in providing us some visuals as to what safety calming devices have been put in place. He and I spoke briefly before the meeting, and there is room for improvement.
Yeah, thank you. I think we've all driven by those areas at starting time and at the end of the day. One of the issues may be simply as to whether or not it's actually a recognized school, part of the school district. However, I know that initially, when I first took office, there was an issue, a substantial issue, with the global school on Ridge Road and South Shore. with similar problems. And at that point in time, there was an attempt, and I don't know whatever happened with that dialogue, because there was an agreement between the city and the global school. The global school was gonna pay for half of a crossing, the cost of a crossing guard, and the city was gonna pick up the other half. But there were several issues regarding signage and taking appropriate measures to call attention to the traffic that travels that area, that this is a very sensitive area, and to call attention to the dangers involved. So my suggestion would be that perhaps we refer for opinions and direction to the law department, to Public Safety Director Dean Morocco, and to Senior Foreman Gherkin for a plan to see how best to address this issue, because I think we all agree with you, Councilmember Muflahi, that the safety of our children at that area should be paramount. And people are traveling at that time to and from work, and everyone's in a hurry to get to wherever they're going on time. That creates its own difficulties. So any of the other council members are invited to express their opinions. If not, then Senior Foreman Gherkin or Director Morocco, if you have anything that you wish to add at this point in time, other than we will be referring these to you for direction and implementation.
Well, I've had some discussions with the Chief Packard and regarding some of the possibilities that change things up there. And if you want to go into them, I can. If not, then we can do that at a later time. But there are some alternatives that we can do that are reasonably nominal in cost. And will improve the safety.
Is that something you want to communicate to the members of our audience?
Oh, we can. I said that one of the things that we talked about was taking the north side of Ridge Road in that area and making it a no parking zone, and let the cars that are going to be dropping off toddlers do that on the south side right in front of the building, thus negating everybody having to cross the street there.
Okay. I think there will be times, however, where people are going to be on the north side of Ridge Road dropping kids off, so.
Especially walkers.
You know, we might still, that may be an added advantage, but I don't think it's going to really solve the entire problem. But that's at least a start.
Well, we can put a loading and no loading zone right in front of the school. You're only talking about children that are 3, 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something that would negate anybody, parents and kids, having to go across Ridge Road.
Okay, well, that's thought. All right, anyone else on this issue? Okay, thank you, Councilmember Muflahi. We'll move forward with this at the appropriate time. I don't know if you want to make a motion or however you want to handle this is fine.
Sure, I'll make the motion to refer it to Public Safety and DPW
And
in the law department.
Okay. Unless there's anything else, moving on to communication from division department heads. Item number 4, City Clerk requests City Council approve Commissioner D status for Christina Belasovsky, Deputy City Clerk, term to expire the 31st of December 2026. Any comments on that? Moving on to number 5, Director of Development Marketing. Director Clark requests City Council approve resolution authorizing adoption of 2025 New York State codes. As indicated in his communications, they are required and they are mandatory guidelines for code enforcement. Chuck, anything you want to add on that?
No, sir, it's just a straightforward update and we're required to adopt them.
And what happens? Do our officers go to classes to for instruction?
Yes, sir. So the training that is ongoing, sequential training that all officers have to go through is based upon the new codes that'll take effect December 31st.
Okay, and then there's a corresponding resolution attached there too. Any council members have any comments or questions on item number 5? If not, then we have a business registrations, Steel City Self-Defense at 1053 Ridge Road. Colin Calkins, Martial Arts. Any council member have any comments on that? Any department heads? Okay. If not, then I will formally call the meeting. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will the city clerk take the roll, please?
Maflahe?
Present.
Anderson?
Here.
Moretti's been excused. Sirdike?
Present.
Morano?
Here.
Law Department has been excused. Development and Marketing?
Here.
Public Works?
Here.
Public Safety?
Here.
Comptroller?
Here.
Recreation?
Here.
Moving on to hearings from citizens. John Ingram. John?
John Ingram, 25 Church Street. Two things I'm gonna be brief. First of all, I want to say thank you to the council for allowing for what happened last week with the CBG meeting, whatever. I appreciate what you allowed to let the residents who were there to speak whenever, when it was just a fool about the mix-up of time. We really appreciate that. Secondly, I want to apologize to the council because some people got on Facebook and were saying stuff like they didn't know what they were talking about. CBG money been going around for numbers of years. Now, I've been to a number of meetings, and I know I've brought them to the library to explain to people how CBG work. And some people were acting like the mayor did something or the council did something wrong. No, you didn't. You know, I can bet you a year's salary. I can tell you how many people have actually come to the CBG CBG meeting. You know what I'm saying? Again, thank you for the time that you allowed us to do it. And maybe that people will come to the meeting and whatever. I am so, for me, I am tired of seeing people get on Facebook and say stuff about people that's not true. Say stuff that they haven't been to a meeting, they haven't talked to me. We may be saying something, I may disagree with you. I said, but I always try, when I put someone, I try to make sure I do factual. Anybody that know me, when I put someone, I'll make sure it's factual. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times we have people just putting stuff out there. They think this job is easy to do. I don't care what position you in. Anybody sitting in those chairs or right here, you work very hard to try to make it. And people don't get to see the information that sometimes comes. I learned that. So again, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, John. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And I think we're all familiar with commentaries on Facebook. You know, you get people that are very brave from their homes. Let them come here and tell us to our faces how they feel. And sometimes they may be right and their comments are legitimate. Other times they're just cheap shots and we take them for what it's worth. So, but your comments are appreciated, John. Thank you. Our next speaker is Tanya Smithers. Hello.
My name is Tanya
Oh,
Smithers.
I'm sorry.
You're totally fine. I am a parent from St. Hyacinth's. I have a 4-year-old girl, Jewel, and a 2-year-old son, Max. And for the most part, we love it for every reason. The teachers are great, everyone's great. It's just the speeding, it's horrible, it's cars, it's trucks. Worse, it's semi-trucks. And, you know, when you're getting 2 kids out of the car, and for my experience, I have to get 3 because I have an 11-month-old. So I have to strap my 11-month-old on me, get my son, put him on my hip, and then have my daughter Jewel right on my side. And then during the winter, on the other side, the opposite side of the school, the snow is just covered. It's icy, nothing is done about it, no one does anything. Maybe once or twice during the season, something is done about it. But other than that, you have to walk your children right in the street with cars flying past you, walk to the crosswalk, and then make your way. And thanks for Miss Diane, because she keeps everyone so safe, but she's only one person. And cars fly right by her. You have to wait, and she puts her life on the line every single day, getting in that street, holding up that little sign, hoping that they stop. And one day they might not. And there's been very close counters where children almost got hit and parents almost got hit. And it's because people just don't care. And most people don't know that there's a school there, and if they do, they just don't care. So I really hope that you guys use your manpower however you need to, and, you know, make it safer for our kids, because it's not 3 and 4 year olds, it's 2-year-olds. And my son is the size of an 18-month-old. So he's so small. And a lot of kids are on IEPs at that school. So they don't know danger. If he just like runs from my hands, he's done. So you have to have him so gripped if he's not on my hip. And it's just scary, it's not okay, and I hope you guys do something about it, I really do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tanya. Jerry Rainey?
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Jairus Rainey. I'm the principal at St. Hyacinth Head Start. I've been the principal there for going on 4 years now. Just to piggyback off of what Tanya said, well, over the years since I've been there have been slow progress with moving in the direction of keeping the families and Miss Diane safe. However, like Mr. Flahy said, there could be like room for improvement, a little bit more done. The crosswalk is an improvement, and having Miss Diane there is an improvement as well. Like I said, over the past few years, however, it's not enough. And if there could be something implemented, like maybe like reduced speed signs or something else in addition to what is going on right now with the crosswalk, and having Miss Diane there to ensure that the children are safe, the children and families are safe. There's times when people fly by Miss Diane and she is almost hit. There's been a few times where just as school started, where families and children have almost been run over because of that, people just flying around her and just not caring. So if, something else can be implemented to, ensure that families are safe, that would be great.
Ms. Jairus, if I can ask you a question, has there ever been a discussion or even just the thought of having the back doors be the main entrance for children during the time of entrance and release? The ones that are facing, or actually maybe have an entry towards Fowler Street, has that ever been something that you guys considered?
No,
No.
it's always been the main entrance.
Right, it has always been, but in the past, there was always busing, and the buses have the arm with the stop sign that reduced or prevented anyone from driving past. However, buses are no longer available due to budgeting, and we understand all of that. But maybe in the conversation of all of this, to see what the best resort is, if Fowler can be the main entry. If that's something that's doable and feasible, why not venture down that path to see if that's something that could be implemented? I know it's administrative and it's above you, but it's something that you can possibly bring to the table in addition to what we're trying to do here. The best solution is what we want to do. Reaching the best solution. If the best solution is for you to reformat your entrance, it's a possibility.
Or even, I would say, because it's 56 children, so it's 56 families dropping off and picking up all at one time.
Correct.
So even if it's maybe split, I think that could be fair, where some classrooms or some families use the back entrance, and maybe some families use the front entrance.
Yeah. And they would have,
That's just a thought from just if some schools, they do that. Like my middle son, he goes to West Buffalo Charter School, and that's, way more vast than we are. But because it's a K-8 school, they have different interests in different zones where there is a drop-off for children, so, I mean, that may be something
Yeah.
to
And then they would
think about
have,
for sure.
they would have Olive Fowler, which is very slow. There's
Yes.
very little activity on that street. And then a long piece of Holland, and even McGuire
Mhm.
can be somewhere where parents can park and easily walk towards Fowler Street.
But also on Fowler, there's no sidewalk either back there. It's just pretty much grassy area.
Okay, but there is
but-
an ingress and regress from,
Oh, from the school,
From the
yes.
school, yeah.
Yes,
yeah, and I think
Just in
that's, there's like a lot of foliage and stuff going on right now, right?
yes. So I was just thinking in terms of like if parents are pulling up and they have to walk from, down the street or wherever, there's no actual sidewalk
Got it,
for them to, walk down to get to the entrance so they can walk them, to the school. But I mean, that is a good idea.
yeah. And then like you said,
Something to think about for sure.
dividing the classrooms, like how many classrooms are there in total?
Four.
Four, so
It's
if you
six
could get-
total, but only 4 are open and operating.
Okay,
So if it's, if it remains that way, maybe
Uh-huh.
2 can come in the back, 2 can get in the front, but I mean, just a thought with there's no sidewalk back there.
okay, and that's good to
And that could
know.
pose an issue with the winter time as well.
Is there anticipation for the number of children to increase due to McKinley Academy moving?
Within the next year, yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you guys are gonna serve probably more than 56 students.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I said, it's 6 classrooms total, only 4 are open and active right now. So with them closing, more than likely, those other 2 classrooms will be filled. And that'll be another, 28 children and families
Right.
to, add to what we already have.
And then there's no on-site parking for the school. The school does not have parking for any of the parents to
No,
unload.
it's just street parking, either like in the front of the school or, some parents park a little bit further on down Holland, down Ridge, just past Holland, or they park on Holland. So there's no street parking.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Jarvis. Diane Paulini?
Hello. My name is Diane Fellini, I reside at 14 Sunrise Drive, and I'm a crossing guard at St. Hyacinth's. I have a morning shift and an afternoon shift, and the reason why I'm here talking with you is there's a growing concern from parents, principal, myself, and neighboring buildings of the problem with the traffic and the speed limit. There's also concerns with when we have the inclement weather and the sidewalks aren't done, especially across the street, they're walking in the street. There is no school speed limit signs whatsoever. They go pass right by me. Last year I was hit in the hand from a car passing, going right through my stop sign. I had my arm out and they hit my hand on their side view mirror. They never stopped, they kept going. So that's just one of the dangers that I've had, and I have a letter here from a parent who had a close call of slamming on brakes and they almost got hit. The reason that the people are coming across the street is because there's limited parking. They're going so fast that these people can't stop in time. Even if they see my stop sign, they're just driving too fast. And I am right out there right there at the road, because if I stand in even a foot or two, they can't see me because of the parked cars. I tried working the other side this morning, same thing. People can't see me, so I have to be right out at the road, so I have a presence there so they know that this is an active crosswalk. We need that 15-mile-an-hour sign desperately. They are also, I've tried to go through the chain of command, which was what I was told, and it's not helping because nothing's getting done. I'm not getting any response or resolution. The traffic is increasing, it's becoming dangerous for all concerned. I always say to myself, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I have taken pictures, which you all can have and look at. I have pictures here of the street side on the school side of all the cars parking here. I have pictures of the heavy traffic in the street. I have buses, I have semi-trucks. I have vehicles coming in both directions, which is hard. I have these trucks that close to me because I stand right here at this line with these trucks. They're going faster than 30. They can't stop in time. They just can't. And the cars that are coming in behind them, they don't see me because the trucks are so big. I have, as far as the parents parking on the other side of the street, they're getting out of their cars, and the traffic just keeps coming and coming on both sides. And like the mom said, in the wintertime, when the sidewalks aren't even cleared, they're having to walk in the snow right next to their cars when you have the oncoming traffic coming right next to them. Here, I'm in the road, I have my sign up, and cars are passing right through my stop sign. On the opposite sidewalk across the street, where the kids are and their parents are coming when the weather's fine, there's broken glass at my crosswalk, there's garbage. I have pictures you can see of broken glass. That's across the street, my crosswalk is right here. And it's a far walk for these kids to be trying to, go through broken glass and everything, it's not safe. The one other thing I am proposing is, and I know it's not gonna happen soon, but if you could possibly have an idea at this crosswalk of putting in an ADA ramp to be compliant with a crosswalk, that would be much appreciated. There's nothing there now but a curb. The kids are tripping also when they're coming down here, walking down the street. It's glass are all in that, between the sidewalk and where the crosswalk is, all that grass there is garbage and glass in it. And also the building that's also adjacent or across the street, the Ridgeway Commons, there's a lot of handicapped people there. And there was a couple of times where I had people from there in motorized wheelchairs, and they've come up to my crosswalk, and I tried to walk them, and they were afraid to cross because they couldn't come down the grass. They were afraid they were gonna tip over. So they had to go back down and cross in the middle of the street past Holland to get over. So that's another danger there. So I don't know if there's money, in block grants or wherever it's coming from, but, in my opinion, it's something has to be more done. Short of having one of those train flashing things coming down to stop the traffic. I mean, if you want to sit there, it's mostly, and the worst time is in the mornings. Because in the mornings, everybody's coming. School, the doors get unlocked at 8:30. So at 8:30, I've got parents across the street on this side, down Holland, and traffic is just going back and forth. And people are in a hurry. They're eating, they're on their phone, they're putting their makeup on, I've seen it all. Talking to each other, not paying attention, and they're flying right by me. So it is a major concern, and I hope you will take serious consideration on getting something implemented as soon as possible.
Thank you.
And if you want to see any of these pictures, I can more than welcome to pass them out to you. I also, I forgot, I have a letter here from one of the parents that couldn't make it tonight, and she was one of the ones who had a close call with a car hitting her. On a recent day, I was picking up my preschool son from there and almost got hit by a car driven by a young driver who has disregard for the crossing guard, who is in the middle of the street trying to stop traffic. It's a busy traveled road. I have also witnessed the crossing guard having to get police officers help with her to help stop the traffic. I believe something has to be done to where the crossing guard has to stop traffic to ensure everyone who is going in and out of the school are safe. Thank you, Ms. Schmidt.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Deborah Chioda?
Hello, my name is Deborah Chiodo. I'm also a crossing guard. I have worked that location, and it is dangerous for the safety of the children and the crossing guard and the parents. We did have a sign that was put up for a yield, but it's not enough for them. The drivers are just going right past it. They see it, but it's not making a connection with them at all. And I don't want to sound repetitive, but it is something that I've witnessed children running into the middle of the street looking for a parent. And it's a scary situation to stand there and hold your breath and think that the child's going to get hit. So if there's something that we can do in the near future, as of just right now, to try to make it a little safer than it is until something else can be done. But either somebody maybe standing there, or an officer maybe being there with the lights on for a short period of time as a deterrent right now until something can be done. So.
And I'm sure you appreciate the fact that people are just disregard the rules of the road.
They do.
For instance, on school buses, for how many years the stop sign, the lights are on, but now they have to install cameras because people don't obey the
Correct.
the rules regarding stop school buses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a monumental task. If somebody's putting makeup on or having their breakfast or whatever, we certainly it's beyond our control.
Right,
So
and I understand
we could do to minimize, we try to minimize the exposure, obviously, but you're talking about behaviors that are beyond legislation. And if somebody's child is not, if the parent doesn't control where the child is, sure, it could be a disaster, but then who's responsible?
I understand that too, but it only
Well,
takes
we
a
understand
second.
it too. I just want you
No, I,
to know that these are the things that we appreciate, and hopefully you appreciate, it was brought up that these are considerations, but those are considerations that are well beyond the control of any municipality. I mean, people drive the way they drive.
right, I see that every day, and I do understand that. But again, if there was just something else that we can implement just to help the children get to their classes safely, that's the main concern.
It is the main concern, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Paula?
Yes, regarding the issue as far as the safety, the answer is installing cameras at major intersections and in front of school zones. And since the buses have done that, installed cameras, people do stop. They don't have much of a problem with that anymore. So, in the long run, it would generate money for the city because you would send out a summons and
I think, Paula, though,
we
that
don't,
the cameras that were installed on the school buses really gave even more notice as to how many violations there actually are. I think if you check with the city of Buffalo, there's still a significant number of people, even with the cameras, that just pass school buses, they don't care.
right, but
So what I'm saying is there's not one answer that's gonna solve this problem. It goes beyond that.
and putting a police officer there, which, we really don't, we're told we don't really have the manpower to do that. That helps only for a day or two, and then they go right back. Now, on Martin Road, we have 15-mile-an-hour speed zones, and the people are going 40, 50, and these are parents, and not only parents, but a lot of other people dropping their children off at the school. Do the officers there, can they write out tickets?
Well, let's take a scenario for instance. If you have one officer there, and the officer takes the time to stop a vehicle and take the time to call in the license plate number, check the documentation of that driver, issue a summons, how many other cars are going unnoticed through through that area? I mean, now you're occupying an officer giving a ticket. Now, maybe that person won't do that anymore, but you still got, you're really kind of defeating the purpose because you took the police officer
Well,
away from the visibility, which is really only a deterrent at best,
mhm.
right?
Well, we need to come up with a solution quickly because it is.
I'll tell you what, you come up with the solution, get it, tell us what it is, and we'll try to implement it.
I feel the cameras are the solution.
Talk to the city of Buffalo, that's not the solution for them, it's helped, but it's not, and it's not a 100% solution, it's not. We'll do what we can, but, I mean, people eating their breakfast, somebody doing their makeup, I mean, how do you stop that?
You don't.
Well, you don't is right.
That's not everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
okay, but
more
those were the
people that
examples that were being
blatantly
used, right?
There's more people that just blatantly drive,
Well,
you know what I mean?
it's part of the equation though, right? I mean,
yes, a
your
very small part,
speakers,
though.
okay, I'm not gonna debate this, but no, I understand.
And it's getting very dangerous out there.
It
It's
is
getting
dangerous, I've driven
worse.
there myself.
Yeah, it's getting a lot worse. And also, I'd like to know, if you have to make a proposal for the next budget, when is the best time to do that?
I don't understand what your question is.
If I would like something, I'm asking for something to be put into a budget.
Well,
What would be the best time to do that? When do you vote on the budget?
in May,
In May? And when is the budget put in place?
after that vote. But the mayor prepares a budget and sends it to the council as a proposal
And when is that done?
the month before we vote.
Okay. So you're saying April?
April,
Okay. Thank you.
okay. Okay, moving on.
Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 20th, 2025, and the special meeting of October 27th, 2025.
Random moves to adopt minutes of regular meeting October 20th, 2025, special meeting of October 27th, 2025, as written.
Second, Sirdike.
Motion by Morano, second by Sirdike, to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of October 20th and the special meeting of October 27th, 2025, as written. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Departmental reports 1 and 2.
Random moves to receive and file Department Reports 1 and 2.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe, to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. First Ward Council Member Maflahe requests the council discuss the traffic safety issue in the area of the St. Hyacinth CAO Head Start located on Ridge Road.
Maflahe moves to refer to Public Safety, Department of Public Safety, DPW, and the Law Department.
Anderson second.
Motion by Maflahe, second by Anderson, to refer to Public Safety, Public Works, and the Law Department. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. City Clerk requests the City Council approve Commissioner of Deeds status for Christina Belasovsky, Deputy City Clerk, term to expire 12/31/26.
Random moves to approve request.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to approve request. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Director of Development and Marketing requests the City Council approve the resolution authorizing the adoption of the 2025 New York State codes. These updated codes are mandatory guides for code enforcement.
Random moves to receive and file act on resolution.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to receive and file act on resolution. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. A resolution adopting the 2025 New York State codes inclusive of the Uniform Code and Energy Code with an implementation date of December 31st, 2025.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to adopt resolution as written. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Business registration, Steel City Self-Defense, 1053 Ridge Road, Colin Culkins, martial arts instruction.
Morano moves to approve business registration.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve business registration. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 4-0.
Before we move to adjourn, any table or old business?
Council President, I do have old business topic that I'd like to discuss. If Senior Foreman Van Durkin, if you can just give us a brief update on the traffic light at 401 and Ridge Road, please.
Sure, on October 17th, I spoke with the contractor, which is Catco. They're still waiting for the light arm pole. That's the one that's gonna go in the air across the road that holds the traffic signals. The factory is estimating that to be manufactured and ready mid to late November. Once the contractor receives that, they install the poles, and then we just need National Grid to connect the electric.
How has National Grid been with all of the work that?
Oh, well, National Grid has been, I would say, maybe overwhelmed. It's not easy for National Grid to get anything done. That's not just for the city of Lackawanna, just from hearing all other municipalities and all other commercial work may not be affecting the residential as much. But to say the least, National Grid, I guess they're probably doing the best they can with the workload that they have in this area. But it's very slow moving.
So the work order would be contingent on when the arm goes up, right? And
Yes,
then-
so the application's already been submitted to National Grid months in advance. So as soon as the work is completed, which all the electrical is already run on the ground, all the up the poles. So as soon as everything's connected, then the work order, well, National Grid, all the planning, National Grid planning step is done. Then it goes to scheduling, and then they schedule the line crew to come out. We have no control over National Grid or how.
Right. Did the
fast they
contractor
can-
by any chance mention if snow would delay their project, or do they work through those?
They work
elements?
through all the elements. So the contractor's telling me soon as they receive the poles, they only have maybe less than a day's of work there.
Okay, thank
So
you.
that's all we're waiting on, and they've been on back order. So,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
sure.
Right, anyone else? If
What
not,
about,
go
one
ahead.
more thing, we're talking about the electricity at the new city hall, that's still,
So the new city hall, we're waiting on the main electrical service to be
Right.
installed. We have a temporary service installed. They set the pole last Tuesday evening. Now the city's just waiting for the proposal and for the cost invoice, which I just received an email from National Grid on Friday. So I should receive the proposal, they're telling me by the end of this week. So then, once the city signs the proposal, same thing, goes to scheduling, and then once it's through scheduling, and then it goes to the line crew to come out to hook up the permanent power.
I thought we were past all that, I thought we were just waiting for them.
That's what we're waiting on.
On what?
For National Grid,
And everything?
the poll was just set finally,
Oh,
yeah. So the city's waiting on National Grid to send us the proposal to move forward with the work.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Finally, we have a communication from Lackawanna Police Benevolent Association. Dear community partner, the Lackawanna Police Department would like to partner with community leaders and businesses to help support families within Lackawanna during the upcoming holiday season. The Lackawanna Police Department will be sponsoring several events throughout the coming weeks. These events include providing Thanksgiving meals, adopting multiple families for Christmas, and Shop with a Cop. We are looking for any donations to assist us with affording a more positive holiday experience for families within our community who have endured financial hardship. Monetary donations, gift cards, or any other donations will help to ensure the success of these events. Your support is greatly appreciated. Please contact either Patrolman Keith Kwiatkowski, at Keith Kwiatkowski at Lackawanna, New York, ny.gov, or at 716-863-6251, or Patrolman Caitlin Jaworski at Caitlin, Jaworski at Lackawanna, ny.gov, or at 716-936-1941 with any questions. We look forward to you joining us. Spread a little holiday cheer which will hopefully last throughout the year. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Patrolman Keith Kwiatkowski and Patrolman Caitlin Jaworski, Lackawanna Police Department. With that, Morano moves to adjourn.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to adjourn meeting. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yep.
Morano?
Yes,
Carried
and
41.
before we go, we would like to extend our sincere wishes to Council Member 3rd Ward Dean Moretti for his speedy recovery.
Amen.